Oh, I think I'm a minute early tonight, but better early than late. Actually, I'm 2 minutes early. Well, maybe one night I'll be 2 minutes late and we can call it even. How's that? Hello, I'm 420 Jim. That is my name. Being a cannabis etiquette is my game. Nobody belongs in jail for weed. And I don't just say that. I go around and write petitions and attend events and try my best to get people to sign the petition. It didn't work with Obama. It didn't work with Trump the first time. It didn't work with Biden. So now we got to try with Trump. One last time. I'm going from Arizona, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, to Washington, D.C. and back. Stopping all along the way, teaching and educating people about cannabis and hemp, and hopefully having them sign the petition. This isn't a I love or I hate Trump anything, okay? If you don't think people belong in jail for weed, no matter who's the president, you just sign the petition. Don't let your feelings, outweigh what's right. Sorry, had to move something out of the way there. Says we have one here tonight. That's better than none right now. I'm sure we get a couple more people in here. I would think so. Any questions or comments, feel free. Hi, Chris. How we doing? I was going to take this out and just sit on the side of the road here near town. There's a little pull-off up here. Hey, hello, how you doing? And I was going to walk down there this morning and see if anybody cared. And I looked across the street. Hey, CR7. I looked across the street, and they had a little flea market set up right by the post office. And I'm like, well, what the heck? Well, write your question. I'm 66. I make headlines like this. That's me there. I'm a cannabis advocate. What do you mean, am I okay? Am I okay? Yeah. You know why I'm okay? You know why I'm okay? Because I believe in Yahshua. I believe in Yahweh and Yahshua. Oh, you can bet I'm okay, my friend. Thank you for asking. Johnny B. Hey, Mr. Sean, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Sean? I'm glad you're here. I've got a daughter there, Chris. I got 6 grandkids. I'm glad you're doing good, Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean knows me since 2014 when Trooper Roach and Sergeant Hash did an illegal search in his town. True story. I don't smoke drugs. Well, okay. They call cannabis a drug. What's this? Somebody says, you're a girl, man. Somebody hit a message. He says, I'm a girl, man. Let me tell you something about that. Well, here, on this arm, there's a moon eating a girl out. I go to the Y. I don't do popsicles, my friend, but you can put your stupid comments. My moderators hide them. Hang around 1 minute and I'll show you what the vehicle looks like now. Haters are always going to hate. And here's why they hate me. Let me show you something. This is why I have a couple haters. When I tell you my name's 420 Jim, I just don't tell you that. I'll show you that. See that? First name 4, middle name is 20, last name is Jim. My legal name is 420 Jim. Let me read some of them messages. And hang around a minute if you want to see what the Cannabago looks like now. This is what it looked like in 2020. It's called the Cannabus. If you want to see the new paint job, which has brand new tags, today's the first time I took it out and let people tag it. I'll show you that in just a second here. But anyhow, I don't do drugs. When you said what kind of drugs, I used to do coke many years ago. Now I just smoke cannabis. I gave the drug cigarettes up 6 years ago, and I gave the drugs alcohol up 6 years ago. So yeah, the only drug I smoke is cannabis. How many subs do I have? I'm in Black Canyon, Arizona. Here around the first week of April, I'll be headed from here to Florida and then Washington, D.C. Oh, thank you. Please subscribe and hit the live notification button, because when I hit the road here in a couple weeks, if I get pulled over or anything, I always go live. I used to do it on Facebook, but now they took away, they're not going to save the lives after 30 days. So now I'm moving them all over here to YouTube. So please build this channel up. You're going to see it. Because, you know, if a cop walks up to me, go look at one of my YouTube shorts. A trooper, I forget where, walks up and says, "Hey, you don't have marijuana in there, do you?" And I asked him if he had donuts. That's the type of guy I am. Let me finish reading these. We go outside in a minute. Well, I'm like you. I don't think weed's a drug, but it is. Just like caffeine and Tylenol. It's not a narcotic. Not a narcotic at all. That I can prove. But because you get a little euphoria, they can call it a drug. But the euphoria is just like hyperventilating, so I'm with you on that. But, you know, if they're going to call aspirin a drug, I guess we can call that a drug. But it's a drug that God makes, not man. Man makes all this other bullshit. You can't go to the grape and get drunk. You can't go to the cocoa plant and get high. Man has to process it. And that's what I don't want. I want him to do a lot less processing with my weed. I want to be able to grow my own, to tell you the truth. But let me read these. We go out and I'll show you something here. Hey, Michelle, glad to see you here. Am I homeless? Do you see what I'm in? Hey, I'll show you my home here in just a minute, CR7. What am I doing? I'm getting your attention. Chris, hang in there. You'll see my home in a minute. How many people am I here? These fools want to know if I'm homeless. They must want to see what I have here. For all of you that think I'm homeless, yeah, those light flashing is on my home, okay? Yeah, no, I'm not homeless. I drive the Cannabus. I own the Cannabus. Well, it used to be the Cannabus. Now it's called the Cannabago, because my home is a mobile billboard. It's a 1987 Winnebago Aladdin, Sleep 6. And I travel the United States of America fighting to get our cannabis prisoners out of jail. Yeah. No, I've donated my time and my motorhome to help others. But I appreciate each and every one of you that might want to think I'm homeless or something. No, not at all. I think I got a beautiful home. What do you think? Let me read some of these comments while y'all look at that. Hemp clothing, hemp rope, hemp paper, hemp fuel, hemp array. That's what I think about it, Yoshi. I mean, hemp could save the world. I love smoking it, but everybody cares about smoking it. They don't care about the real things that the hemp plant can do. Cannabis is awesome. Hey, you tell him, Sean, Mr. Sean. Yep. Yo, Will, how you doing? Well, yeah, everybody's into smoking bud. And you know what? They throw away, these idiots throw away the best parts of the plant. Every part of that plant is usable. When they first come out, these places were bitching they didn't know what to do with all the stems and stuff. And I'm like, you idiots. Everything on that plant is usable. It's going to be hard, but look, see, somebody tagged it there. Now, this will have a good 30,000 tags on it by the time I get back. That's one tag. Look, somebody tagged it there. That's two tags. Looks like somebody got up here. Yeah, Arizona Love. Another one there. This is the first tags. There's one inside the heart here, hard to see. These are the very first tags that I let people do on the Cannabago. This is my hometown, Black Canyon City, Arizona. And I just painted it a couple months ago while I was getting eye surgery. And I wanted to let these people be the first ones to tag it. But check it out, you know. I had quite a few people come by and tag it today. More than I thought. They'd come by tomorrow and tag it too if they like, you know. Well, the same ones aren't going to, but new ones. I know there's some back here too. Yeah, there's some here. Here. Another one here. This one's a cool one, but you can't really see it in the light. And somebody even drew me a Sonora cactus in the mountains. So, starting to look like it normally looks there, Mr. Sean, Mr. Will, Michelle, everybody. You know, if I wanted to, I'm sure I could go out there today and count the tags. But a couple of months from now, I wouldn't want to go out there and count them. But I do like going out there every few days or so and looking and reading and finding, you know, and checking out some of the tags. I travel the United States of America, my friend. This is the town that Neil Armstrong grew up in. All my friends, like Mr. Sean on here, I met him out in Huntington, West Virginia. Michelle that's on here, I met her in Topeka, Kansas. Mr. Will that's on here, met him in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah, I'm coast to coast, 36 states. Florida would be a new state this year. I haven't been to Florida. I've been to Georgia, I've been to the Carolinas, but Florida will be a new state this year for me. And all this, none of this is about me, people. It's not about me and why I do this. Nobody belongs in jail for pot, okay? Especially federal, you know? Now, if they make pot where we can have it and you get caught smoking a joint going down the road or something, that would be like an open container. You know what I mean? State prosecution, whatever. The feds need to get their ass out of it completely. And our president, Mr. Trump, needs to get it out of a class 1 or 2 narcotic. He needs to put it down like caffeine and stuff like that. But it definitely needs to get out of the class 1 or class 2 narcotic Can anybody tell me why I say that? Well, I know you can, Mr. Sean and Mr. Will and Michelle. Any people that don't know me that are on here, are there any? Can you tell me why I make that statement? Why it's so important to get it out of a class 1 or 2 narcotic? I'll give you a hint. Think Hunter Biden. You know, we never seen his laptop and all that crap. But here's the thing. The only thing they did charge him with, like, remember Al Capone? The only thing they could ever get that guy with was tax evasion. And that's what took him down. Well, Hunter Biden, the only thing they could get him for, or has charged him with, or tried to, was what? Having a class 2. Not class 1. Class 1's higher. But he had a class 2 narcotic. Remember? Cocaine? And he filled out some paperwork for a firearm, and he broke federal law. And that's what they got him for. So as long as it's in a class 1 or class 2 narcotic, you lose your right to bear arms and ammunition under federal law. And I've had people, but hey, Google it. Duck, go it, whatever. I'm not here to bullshit no one. People think, I had a friend of mine, and he asked me opinion on the article. And he's not the only one. I've had a few people. As soon as it come out, I made comments and I leave comments on it. Mr. Biden fooled a lot of, let's go Brandon, fooled a lot of people when he gave a pardon to all these federal prisoners. You remember hearing about that, where the cannabis and how he pardoned federal prisoners? Read that carefully. Read that carefully. He said he would pardon the ones that was there for simple possession. Now, you know why them words are in there, right? Because I don't know of anybody in federal prison on simple possession charges of marijuana. Simple possession is under an ounce, pretty much anywhere. Federal, you're talking about traffic, and you're talking about, So a lot of people think he really did something, and he didn't. In my eyes, he didn't. If he did very, very, very little, when he could have just said he pardoned all. Because if you look at it, we can prove the word, everything a lie. If we really wanted to change America, Mr. Trump, and Elon Musk and them, man, we need to start using hemp fuel, hemp plastic. Make your rockets, Elon, out of hemp. Do so it's lighter than steel and 10 times stronger, Make hemp rockets, hemp batteries, hempcrete. That's where the answer is in this world, the hemp products. But they're not going to do that, Hemp can feed, clothe, heal. I mean, it's our wonder plant, and that's why we can't have it. Oh, I love to yak about hemp and cannabis. Have you seen me partaking tonight? Have you seen me partaking tonight? If not, watch. I'll show you my preferred method. In 3, 2, 1. You ain't a stoner unless you use can or have used one. And it's not that I don't have pipes and stuff. You ask my preferred. Pipes, they get dirty after a little bit. They get nasty tasting. You clean them, they get even nastier. They drop, they break, blah, blah, blah. These, they're cheap. You break it, drop it, gets too dirty, crush it up and make another one. A lot of times, I'll go to states where paraphernalia is not legal, so I don't carry paraphernalia. But if I get in where they got hemp flower, I can make me a can and I can smoke hemp flower. And if they want to test my can or whatever, But so yeah, I don't want to go through the rigmarole and all that crap. It's easier to smoke out of a can. But I've been through 2 illegal searches. Um, and, if I go through another one, I will file suit this time. The last 2 times, I'll let them go. If Mr. Sean's still on here, if you don't believe the names, he can back it up because it was in his town. But at a Walmart parking lot in Huntington, well, on the outskirts, like 2 blocks out of the city limits, I was parked at the Walmart. And I ran into Trooper Roach and Sergeant Hash. Yeah, of the Huntington, West Virginia State Police. Yeah. You wouldn't believe the stories that I've been through. You wouldn't believe the stories I've been through. Matter of fact, go to Google. Anybody can go to Google, type in 420-JIM, and the first thing that's going to pop up is the petition. Please click that button and sign that petition. That's what it's all about. Nobody belongs in jail for weed, and we got to get it out of a class 1, class 2. If you give me your signature and we don't get it done at the end of the year, I'll make a public apology at all. But if your signature's not on that petition, I don't know your apology or a damn thing. Because the only reason it won't work is because your name's not on the petition. Honestly. Jeb Mazansky got away from he had a life without parole sentence, and he was freed. Absolutely freed. They gave him life with parole, then they gave him parole, and then they gave him freedom. So people they can tell me all the time, but I tell them about Jeb Mazansky. Bullshit. You get enough people, we can win this damn thing. Okay? If somebody was to go around and got everybody to sign a petition against it, Mr. Trump would go against it. If I can get everybody to sign a petition and go for it, he will do it. Prove me wrong, sign it. But if nobody's asking, and they can just keep bouncing around, keeping the government medical patent on it and screwing everybody and stuff, they're going to keep juggling around and doing that. Because we, the people, haven't picked which way we want to go yet. And, if somebody wants to take it the other way, like Texas is now, I challenge that governor, them idiot cops that said that people are dying in their jail from THC overdose. I challenge them. You go run your campaign. And they're doing that right now in Texas to take away the vapes and all the deltas and stuff. And if they push it hard enough, that's going to happen. So, people, get behind me. If you don't think nobody belongs in jail for weed, just weed. Any other charges, they got to serve out. And you want your rights to carry pew-pews and ammunition, you need to be signing it. Get a friend to sign it. The only reason it won't work, your name's not on it and your friends. That I promise. Hi, sir. Mike Burns. Man, I've got a in this country, I'll show you what I got a medical card. Give me 1 second. I'll show you what it looks like. Now, most people are ignorant. Most people are ignorant. They pay for a doctor's visit that tells them, yeah, you need marijuana. And every year they got to buy this card, the medical card, like I got. And you got to pay for it every year and everything, And it's just a way of ripping you off to buy pot. My medical card, it don't cost me a penny. Mine's free. And it's good from birth to death. But you got to grow cojones and use it. Yeah, the Constitution of the United States of America, which says no man shall write any law governing my religious belief. If he does, it's nil and void. I held the first cannabis event ever done at Mount Rushmore. I didn't even know it had an amphitheater until I went out there one day. I was coming through the first year on my marijuana mission. I met some fine folks and whatnot. We hooked up. We went out to Mount Rushmore. I seen that amphitheater and all, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I wonder how a person gets to, use that. What's that cost? I did a little research. I filed for a permit, and I held the very first cannabis event ever done at Mount Rushmore. And you know how much I paid for the amphitheater and everything? Not $1, not 1 cent. I did it on my religious rights to cannabis and hemp. Did the same thing the last year Obama was in office in Washington, D.C. Yep, I had Pershing Park right next to the White House. That was the one available on that weekend, so I picked that one. And we did a march up next to the White House, turned to right on Constitution to end at the memorial. They sent the motorcycle cops, and stuff, and the chief of police come by and checked out my paperwork. Back then, my name wasn't 420 Jim. That would have been cool. But anyhow, everything's cool. She explains to me, she says, you can't be smoking in the, streets and this, that, and the other. It's like Colorado. You're supposed to go purchase it at the store, take it home, and do it at your house, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di. She said, but we understand these marches and protests and stuff, and unless you're going to taunt my officers or try and get selfies and stuff like that, we overlook it. And I'm thinking, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, especially for the chief of police telling me that. But she also says, but, see, there's always a but. She said, but, let every one of the people in the march know, as soon as you make that right turn, you take one step on Constitution Avenue, that's a federal highway. See, we was in Washington, D.C. until we hit that federal highway, the difference between state and federal. And see, Washington, D.C. isn't even really a state of the United States, but they still play the same game there. She said, as soon as we stepped on that highway, basically make that right-hand turn, they couldn't do nothing about it. We'd be arrested, and we wouldn't get out of jail until Monday when we seen the judge, because they don't do bonds and stuff like that in Washington, D.C. So I've been through, and I've done a lot. Not bragging. Back when the bikers first wanted Trump in office, when he was fighting Obama, I think it was, whatever, they had a big rally down in South Carolina, Merle's Inlet, called the Suck Bang Blow Bar. You can look it up, pretty famous bar. Anyhow, they had big rallies there every year, bike rallies. Anyhow, I was invited there, and I went down there and did 10 days with the rally there, Bikers for Trump. Mr. Trump seen me a couple years ago when he was going around touring with the Biden thing or whatever, and he come to Topeka, Kansas. You can't miss this vehicle. And if you see the video, you'll see how close. I mean, they couldn't help but see it. You know what I mean? So I know Mr. Trump knows. I was at Twitter and stuff. I've answered him on Twitter, sent him suggestions, whatnot. I guarantee you he knows who I am. But he also knows I don't have not very many of y'all behind me. Now, the petition's new. I'm happy. I've got a little over 100 signatures already, and I haven't even officially hit the road. So don't get me wrong. I'm happy. But we needed to go up every day, ding, 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 and get it share. So by the time I get to Florida, if it's up there in the numbers, I'll pull permits and do another march in D.C. with Mr. Trump in office. Because this is my last journey. This is it. I've done it for 10 years. I was going to end my journey year before last, but a couple of trolls, and y'all eventually, if you follow me, whatnot, you'll hear about that, especially if the FBI finally do something about them. But I was being chased in Topeka, damn near ran over with by a car. They had psyched this lady out, and she thought I was such a bad person. And when she finally found out that wasn't true, now she's come forward and we're cool and everything. But I had my retina tear. So with someone after me for no reason, just because some other idiot got them stirred up, and my retina tearing, I come off the road. I first stopped in Texas, so-called friends. They ripped me off really good. I ended up having to sue them to just get 500 of the couple thousand I spent. But the judge gave me 500 because they illegally evicted me and everything. And one of my trolls back at the time, one of the biggest ones, he makes an apology on Facebook to me, to my followers and stuff, and sends me 600. And so that's how I got out here to Arizona. Stayed here this year, got my eye surgery done and all. And now I'm ready to continue this last tour. This will be the last year that I attempt to go coast to coast or anywhere. You know, if I can get people to catch on and sign the petition, we can get her done. We can get her done. I mean, I know it won't happen if I just sat here and say, oh, please, people, every night on the internet to do it. I've got to do like this. I got to go out there and get in the news, you know. If I can get a couple of people to sponsor me to come through Texas, maybe Planet K will, I don't know. I haven't talked to none of them. But, of course, my trolls try and call these places and tell them a bunch of bullshit. So, anyhow, Texas needs my help real bad. And if somebody wants to sponsor me coming through Texas, well, I'll come from El Paso all the way over to the Louisiana line. I'll do the whole state of Texas across. If not, I'd probably come up through New Mexico, Oklahoma and stuff, you know. Stay in the states where I can, you know, at evening at least get stoned. And what I do is, you know, the main thing is I get people's attention. That's the whole thing. We talk like this about cannabis. I get to teach them about Henry Ford's hemp car that ran on hemp fuel. I get to teach them that cannabis, marijuana, is actually called cannabosum in Hebrew, and it was in the anointing oil. You know, but you can only teach the ones that listen. And most people that stop by listen. You know, I'm surprised how many tags I've got on the vehicle. I didn't realize that many people tagged the RV today. I'm tickled to death. There's probably 20 tags out there. And I'm just in a little bitty town. And I got all day tomorrow, too. I handed out probably 30 or 40 of them, my little figurines here, because I think everybody needs a little Jesus. Now, when I'm on the road, I normally, not for the figurines, this first year, nobody has to give me a donation or nothing for one of these. I hide them in stores and stuff because people find them and they smile. So no one has to make a donation for these. If they just simply come by, I'm going to give them one. Even on my journey, as long as I got them, I'm going to do that. Or I'll leave them here and there, you know, do that also. But now, so far as tagging the RV, normally I ask for a donation, penny, nickel, dime, dollar, a hug. I had a girl give me a leaf, and when her girlfriend wanted to tag it, she just reaches up and grabs about 3 hairs and out of her head and handed it to me. I've got them saved. I've got a box of all kinds of things that people have donated just off the cuff. I normally do lives on Facebook, but they don't save them no more, so I want to move them over here to YouTube. Hopefully I can build up, you know, and people can come in and talk. Right now I'm doing them at 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. For the people that are interested in what I'm doing, or you'd like to be notified, you know, like if I go, other than the scheduled time, you know, like I could go live at any point, especially when I'm on the road. You know, I've been woke up in the middle of the night by police knocking on my door and truck stops, Walmart, you know, a lot of that way back in the day. But you never know. And I've been pulled over just because of the way the vehicle looks. Sergeant Woody in Kingston, Tennessee. It had a big picture of the bus on the front page like that one. But the headline on that said, "To be blunt." It was a three-letter headline, "To be blunt." To be blunt, I kicked Officer Woody's ass in court. It was funny. Me and Tennessee's got a lot of history. Budge Creek, Maryland, I helped dig the water. I dug the pond out 3 different times up there for him. Helped doing a lot of the weed eating and stuff before the Pro Nationals. He always paid me to get back out on the road. Really cool. But this year, I don't have the funds to really get the start. Uh, I don't. And I definitely need a generator. I can't get it running. I tried all day today to get it to run. The one that I thought was going to run, no. So I was right. I definitely need a generator. And anybody'd like to help, I can send my Cash App, my GoFundMe, whatever. But me personally, on the 1st, I get $998, and every month that I'm out on the road, because I don't have to pay rent here and all, everything will go into the mission. Just like pretty much now, this whole 4 months, 5 months here, I've been off the road getting the surgery. Everything that I didn't pay for rent or food went into the paint job and getting this ready to go. But sadly, it needs a tune-up. It needs a generator and everything. Right around $1,000. So far, I've gotten $80 on that. So I need another $920. Now, if I don't get any more help, I'll have that on the 1st. But that won't give me gas, food, or nothing to travel on. See what I'm saying? I'd have to put my whole check into it. If I get help and anybody wants to help, then I will have a little bit of a safety money or something, not have to spend every penny of my first check just to get her out on the road. Once I get her on the road, like if I get close to the $1,000 on the GoFundMe and I have my first check to help along the way, I think I can carry it all the way to DC and back. I really do. All the other times, once it got started, I pretty much carried it. Every great once in a while, I'd have to ask for a little help for a starter or something. But now my starters and stuff all have lifetime warranty. Matter of fact, I just changed it the other day. But, see, I buy them a couple of year batteries, and I knew the battery needs changed. And it gave me hell this morning, but I finally got her started. It'd only turn her over a second, and then it would die. It's got a bad cell in it, definitely. So that'd be the first, well, that's what I'm going to use that first $80 for, is to get a battery. But Walmart don't deliver them, damn it. I get Walmart delivery out here. My groceries and stuff, it costs me more than that to drive in. So it's easy. I pay $6.99 a month. And they make delivery. I can have them every day if I want. It's 7 miles to the gallon with this thing. It costs me more than that to drive the 15 miles into Anthem and back out here. So that was a no-brainer, $6.99 a month, hell yeah. But they don't deliver batteries, damn it. Well, nobody got questions or comments? If anybody wants to think of anything, you're more than welcome to. For those that don't know, I'm I'm a cannabis advocate. I like showing this newspaper, and I keep it because it's the first one that put my name in the paper. July 8th of 2019, my name became 420 Jim legally. First name 4, middle name 20, last name Jim. And yes, it's cool having it on my license, social security card, and birth certificate. Yes. I go up to officers all the time. Hey, would you run my ID? They all say the same thing. Is this real? Yep. Somebody think of something that you'd like to ask or anything like that, feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to smoke a little hit here. If you want to see the outside of the RV, you want to hear one of the stories or whatever, just this is a TNT kind of moment. You're welcome to type and toke, or just type. No. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out we just kind of miscommunicate. And I can't take, you know, she's a good person, all. She's a good person. I like her person, all, but you know, some people are in their ways and they hear things their way, and you know, uh, you tell me twice that I'm wrong and you're right. Well, you know, uh, and that's before we even got her loaded in and everything. So I knew it was. I couldn't imagine once we got on the road. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it best that we don't even. Just I got bad vibes off of that, and she's kind of. And this ain't bad, but she likes to play with slingshots and with them slings for Goliath shit. There's no room for that where what I'm doing. You know, I wouldn't do it in an RV park. And I'm basically in an RV apartment complex and stuff. I wouldn't be out here shooting a wrist rocket, you know, or playing with one of them slings or whatever. And I mean, bless her heart and all, but yeah, I don't. I just see more problems than benefits, and she'll be all right. I wish her the best. I haven't heard from her, and if she wants to be mad at me or whatever, that's cool. But you know, I didn't want to get somewhere, and you know, yeah, I didn't see it happening. I did make the comment to her, "Damn, you don't know what you're talking about." Or yeah, I said, "You don't know what you're talking about," and it was over putting a starter on this. The whole idea was to have this running Thursday, starter fixed, whatever. If it wasn't working Thursday, there was no way I was going anywhere Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I would have said, well, it just wasn't meant to be for next weekend. She came by Wednesday, and I even told her the starter was laying on the table, and I was putting it in the next day, Thursday. And I thought she'd come by Thursday, or no, must have, no, she didn't come back Thursday at all, because Thursday she was supposed to come over and help get everything ready, you know, so we can leave on Friday. And I knew it was going to rain in the afternoon, so I went ahead and I put the starter in and everything, and got everything done. And I heard from her, and she's like, "What time are you gonna put the starter in the morning?" And I wrote back, "Hey, you don't know what you're talking about. The starter's already in. Everything's done. I've done everything. I'm ready to go. And if you're here before 8 o'clock in the morning, you're welcome to go with me." And that's pretty much what I wrote to her, which is all true. And then she writes me back, "You definitely told me that you was putting the starter in on Friday, and don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about." And then I just, never mind, you know, this ain't going to work out. You can just pick up your stuff instead, which wasn't hardly nothing. But I put it all in a little box, a couple of shoes, a little bit of food and stuff. And I guess she didn't check her message. Her sister brought her over, and she starts heading to get boxes coming here. And I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. No, it's not going to work out. And you know, a lot of it's me. A lot of it's me. I haven't, you know, I wasn't looking for a girlfriend. It wasn't a girlfriend thing. I've been on my own, you know, for 10 years and whatnot. I'm not used to someone coming in here and wanting to tell me this and tell me that, and I should do this or I should do that. Yeah, so, but it's all good. And you know, I wish we would stay friends. I still like to smoke with her. I love the crosses she makes and everything. And I wish her but nothing but the best. I don't think a lot of people get a different idea of what this is about. They think I make money. They think it's all glorious. They think it's all this, that, and the other. It's not. Now, if you're at an event, you might see a lot of people and everything, but that's more work. talking to people, making or signing shirts, whatever, you know what I mean? Or if you get in the towns where you might see a couple dozen people in a day, you do a lot of sitting around watching TV and catching up on the internet and stuff. And, you're just sitting around. I could see her just out there still slingshot, stuff like that. Because she wouldn't, heck, she didn't spend 15 minutes inside this RV the whole week. Went back there, looked around, said, yeah, this will work. And come back the next day, brought a couple little items, went back there for a minute, sat outside the rest of the time she was here, and did that one more time. And that's when she brought the rest of the couple items. But that was, to me, that was weird too, because out there on the road, most of the time, you're sitting in the RV, trying to entertain yourself, letting the time go, go by. It's not like you're doing a flea market or people are always coming by and stuff. A lot of times it's boring as hell. You won't see one for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden you have 20 people show up. It just, you never know. Nah, that's sad. That's sad. But they're still trying to screw everybody over in the United States. Ohio's trying to pass a bill screwing people over, cutting half the plants they can grow. They're trying to make a limit on how much THC can be in the plants or the dispensaries. And nah. William Randolph Hearst had 21 newspapers, and he didn't print fake news. And that's the only thing in my crawl about Mr. Trump, is he will not call it what it is. It's the same thing that William Randolph, if you go online and ask who started this, it's going to tell you. And it won't tell you unless you dig in the history. But a gentleman had 21 newspapers, and he wanted to get rid of hemp. He didn't care about people smoking pot. He didn't want hemp fuel because he had just lost billions of dollars with a lot of friends when the United Arab Ingram Act got together, and oil went from $34 a barrel to $11 a barrel that day. They lost no product, but they lost a lot of money because their oil was nowhere near worth what they paid for it. You see what I'm saying? Then, you got to remind me, if I read this, you got to remind me where I'm at. Damn. Well, Mr. Trump did do something really wonderful last time he was in office. He made hemp flower federally legal everywhere. He did do that. So that was cool. Damn. Now I forgot where I was at on the story. I do that because I get talking on the other things. Damn. Frankie, where you at? Or Will, where was I at? I do. I talk about this nonstop, different people and whatnot like that. And I'd be telling the story, and I'll lose my place once I read a comment. I've got to apologize for that. Anybody want to remind me where I left off? Normally I have a couple friends from Facebook on here. They're used to it. And they remind me. Because so many stories, just so many things. Or none of y'all was paying attention to what I was talking about either. Can't tell me. Goodness sakes. See, now I remember. I was telling you about the newspapers. Yeah, the fella that had 21 of them in the United Arab Ingram Act. See, they say that stoners forget. He also owned half of the forest in Washington State. Yeah, he's a pretty rich guy. His dad gave him the newspapers. His dad bought them throughout time trying to get political gain, but that never happened. So when that never happened, he told his son, William Randolph Hearst, here you go, boy. And for his birthday, whatever, he gave him them 21 newspapers. And at first, he tried to get rid of hemp, and everybody said, oh, hell no, we ain't getting rid of hemp. No, you're an idiot. Nope. Henry Ford built the hemp car that run on hemp fuel. You can Google it. You can see the footage. You can see the car or everything. Read about it. 1 acre of marijuana makes 300 gallons of burnable fuel. So the worst thing for old William Randolph Hearst was he lost all that money on that deal with the United Arab Emirates and all. And if hemp fuel come out, there ain't no way he's going to recoup his money. Everybody can make paper. Anything made of a tree can be made from hemp. He wanted to sell all that lumber and cut down all that lumber and everything and sell his newspaper and stuff like that. Hemp was going to hurt William Randolph Hearst real bad. And he couldn't get rid of it when it was called hemp. But he heard of this plant that grew in Mexico. It is not cannabis. It's called loco weed. It was called marijuana, loco weed. And it's spelt with an H, not a J. It's not the same species of plant or nothing. But William Randolph Hearst come and in his 21 newspapers, he put out fake news. Wrong. Well, he did. But come on. We need Mr. Trump to use the real word because they don't want us to remember because it always goes back to marijuana. Yeah. Yellow journalism would be the word. And if you don't doubt me, go to Google and ask it who started yellow journalism. It's going to tell you William Randolph Hearst and then the New York Times, then Reefer Madness and all. And it's propaganda for gain through the news. It's not fake news. It's yellow journalism. And I really wish Mr. Trump would start using that phrase. You know, I agree. There's a lot of fake news out there, but it's really called yellow journalism. And I'd like to, get the numbers behind me and do a march up there in D.C. and maybe I can do it on a loud phone. Hey, it's yellow journalism. But see, then it'd wake up a lot of the stoners and stuff. Thankfully here in the United States, there's only one state that's really, really asinine about pot. No hemp flower, no Delta products. They don't want none. And that's Idaho. Idaho is, and if the state wants that, that's cool. I'm good with that. But I'm not good with that with all the states, So that's why we got to get the feds out. If they don't want the money, they don't want the whatever, cool. They want to be ignorant, cool, on the state level. But yeah, Idaho is really, really, really marijuana negative. A lot of people don't think our government makes money off of marijuana. Oh, they make all kinds of money off of it, not just directly off the stores. But then, oh, wait a minute, they kind of do. They kind of do. See, a lot of people don't realize you can't go in these dispensaries and use your debit cards because that's a bank transaction. That would be illegal under the federal law. So you got to come in with your cash. Well, no matter where you go get your cash, unless you go get it at your bank, you're going to be paying. But that's why every dispensary has the ATM and stuff in it. And see, every time you take money out of them and it charge you and whatnot, they pay federal taxes and stuff. So, yes, the government does make a lot of money off of cannabis that they don't tell people about. Now, if they just go ahead and get their asses out of it and put a little federal tax on it, you know, Elon Musk and Trump want to save a lot of money, you know, make it federally legal everywhere. Put a 2% tax, 1% tax, something. You know, don't be, because you know the American people got screwed out of it for so long, being the most beneficial plant on earth. I think America would love that. I really do. And people need to quit praising the bud. Yes, I love the bud. I smoke the bud. But the bud ain't going to, it's going to help my health. It's going to keep me from killing people. I got papers from the court, by the way, that say that. Yeah, from the New Mexico courts, I've got papers that says I smoke pot so I don't kill people. I don't think I need a medical card. That's my medical card. Like I say, the Constitution of the United States. That right, Jack? Well, no more questions? Comments? Anybody? I'm not shy. I'll answer most questions. I'm not going to lie and say I'll answer every question. You know, there's some that are personal in life. But for those that don't know, this is back in 2020. I keep this one out because it's the first one to announce my name, 420 Jim. That's the very first newspaper that announced my name. Now, where I changed my name, I made the headlines in the newspaper the year before, because that was where I kicked Sergeant Woody's butt in court and made the front page, and the headline said, "To be blunt." It didn't say "to be blunt," I kicked Woody's ass, but the headlines did say "to be blunt." Of course, I get attention. New paint job, new LEDs on here. I'm ready to go. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Special shout out to anybody from Texas. You want a window or a decal, get a hold of me. Help sponsor this. I'll come through Texas. That's the QR to sign the petition. You're probably not going to be able to focus in that at night, but you can sign the petition at 420jim.com. Or if you search 420jim, 420jim, the petition will pop up automatically. Oh, I can't have the LEDs on it going down the road. No, but I do have a light that I'm putting on the front that shines back on the name Cannabago. Just LEDs. Um, I'll be working on that next week before I leave. I've got the thing out there. I want to replace them. It's just a little spot of a little strip of LEDs, and I normally leave them on white. And then in the back, I've got a bright spotlight, and I put a piece of green film on the lens, so the whole back window and everything is lit up green. But yeah, you can't have the flashing lights and all that on there. That'd be cool if I could. Hey, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Nice talking with you. I'll be here. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll be here every day. I'm moving it over here from Facebook. TikTok don't like me. They don't like the cannabis plant at all. I have a troll that reports every video I do, so I don't have a chance on TikTok whatsoever, which is cool. YouTube's been a lot better than TikTok. Facebook won't save the videos no more, so here I am on YouTube. I'm going to try and be here at 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Every day, or pretty much. You got to excuse me, I got to put an eye drop in. I don't have to do them for until Tuesday, and then I don't have to do them no more. After Tuesday, I don't have to do that no more. Well, I know there's 4 people here, but I don't know which 4, and I don't know if you are from Facebook, new followers, new what. You're more than welcome to, if you like, type a question, comment, concern. Every interaction helps with the channel that I'm trying to build up. If any of my friends are still here, they could tell you. I go live on Facebook a lot when I'm on the road. You know, people call the police because they don't like what my vehicle looks like. In Topeka, Kansas, they called because I was parked 1 street away from a drug sobriety house. And I'm like, oh, Jack's doing good. Well, for as old as he is. But you know, when the cops come there and all, I told the cops, you know what? If this is going to make them go back to do drugs, which I'm not promoting or whatever, they're not ready to come out of there anyway, you know? And the cops agreed. But just for instance, how they, yeah. Now he's coughing now that I said that, but there he is. Jack. Hey, Jack, over here. Hey, over. He's getting hard of hearing. Jack. Hey. He's losing his hearing too. But he's such a good boy. He's old. Lilu, she's getting ready to drop pups anytime. I'm surprised I hadn't heard the little whimpers of pups yet. I think Jack's hanging in there because he thinks those are his pups. You all right, bud? He don't smoke no more. After I got Lilo, she kind of broke him. He mellowed way the hell out. And now he just got old. But I'm not far behind him. I'm getting older every year. I can tell. I can see it. Huh, buddies? Huh, buddies? You're a good boy. He's laying here getting loving. Lilu's over there munching. That's that knocking you hear. Did that feel good, Jack, Con? Did that feel good, Jack? Oh. Did that feel good? You're a good old boy. You're a good old boy. Well, what are you doing, Lita? I guess if nobody wants to talk or ask questions or anything, I don't want to bore nobody to death. When people don't ask questions, I don't know what to talk about. But I do warn you, once someone asks a question, I do tend to talk a lot. Ain't that right? Come here. Come on. Come on. You seen Jack? Now here's the star. Here's the star. Huh, babies? Yeah. She's gonna have some cute puppies. Aren't you? Aren't you? She's gonna have some cute puppies. And I'm going to keep one. And my neighbor, she gets first pick. But the thing is, I'm leaving before they're going to be winged. So I'm going to keep hers until I get back here. October, November, whenever it is. But that'd be cool. Be right, huh? Is that right, little girl? When I first got her a couple years back, was about 3 years back, I guess, 2 or 3. It's when I went to the Afro Man and everything. I'm pretty sure she had pups along the way. When I went up and seen the con father and stuff. So it wasn't last time, it was time before. And I gave out pups. She had 4 of them. When she was given to me, nobody knew she was pregnant. And I had her about a little over a month or so. And I'm like, damn, she looks like she's growing tits. And then one night, I'll cut the story short. I wake up to these little whimperings. Well, my dog barking, these little wimps whimpering. She had 4 puppies. Huh. And I get one in West Virginia, one in South Carolina, one in Georgia, and one in Tennessee. all the friends I have. Huh. Mwah. She's a good mama dog. Aren't you? I don't think it's going to be long before I'll be showing them off and announcing that she had pups. I've already got her bedding and all that ready. I got that ready the other day because I thought she was going to have them the other day. Well, my friends, I guess if nobody wants to continue the chat, I don't want to bore nobody, and I can go watch a little. Oh, there we go. As soon as I say that, somebody types something. Hang on a minute. Sorry. Not really. Yes and no. Um, I don't know how much you followed about that stupid shit, like him sending me the packages through the mail and stuff, or maybe not personally him, but that's why it's a conspiracy, the group, and that's what they like saying. Oh, it wasn't me, but it was one of them, type thing. And yeah, he tries. He's made, I forget. I had it wrote down, and I think he's made one since, like 366 videos, and they're all about me. They're just chopped up lives and stuff, because he won't play a whole video. And, if I wanted to pick and choose what I took out of things to play, anybody can turn the narrative, Yeah. And they're doing dirty things like my local coffee shop, they went and left a bad review about the coffee shop and stuff. And, yeah. And that coffee shop never did nothing to them or anything. Neither did I, but that's besides the point. And see, that's the whole thing. He wants to convince the world that I've tried to call his wife's boss twice and get her fired, and that's absolute lies. I'd like to hear that boss say that's true. But, they won't take forgiveness, and we'll see. The Godfather just can't not make a video or make a post about it. He's doing now like Bryson would do. Go a couple days. All of them would go a few days and leave me alone, maybe even up to a week. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, be all that shit again. He was doing good there for a little bit. I thought once they seen that I was trying to get a hold of well, I did get a hold of. I thought once I showed him that the state senator had sent me the form to fill out and everything to see why they're not investigating this, I thought that would stop it, but hell, I'm just a dummy because it didn't. He's even made a video since then. But it's cool. I'm not worried about it. But those are psychotype. The only bad thing, they're psychotype people. And the internet, you never know who they're, they convinced the lady from Topeka, Kansas. They had her convinced that I was trying to get his wife fired and that I beat animals and stuff. And, without knowing me or anything, yeah, she could have killed me with that car that day when she bumped my legs. And I'm thankful that she slammed on the brakes and all, you know, and she came forward. So how's that going to play out? That's why I'm going to, after I leave Washington, the petition's the main thing. But after I leave Washington, D.C., I've got every intention of going to Kansas and filing a lawsuit against the city of Topeka and their police department and all over that. I was assaulted, at least attempted assault, with a vehicle. And neither judge would even grant me the time to come in and talk to them about a restraining order. Both of them was denied without talking to me anything. I didn't have enough proof about it. What the hell? What kind of damn proof you need? But of course, the police report was in my dad's name, not mine. So if any of that went to court or anything, it wouldn't have been a damn thing. They wouldn't even put my legal name on the paperwork in Topeka. Oh, it was really messed up, but she come forward, though. I mean, I've got hours and hours, and now she sent all the tapes from Scott Winslow Albert that keep saying how innocent he's been. Oh, no, 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 no. And I got the tapes from Bryson, which now says he's not going to, go to court about it or nothing. Hey, one-party state. One-party state. My recordings are legal and everything. But here's my whole thing about it. How many people have I just talked about just there? And don't forget, you're leaving out Monica Brown down there in Farmington, New Mexico. Leslie Causey's boyfriend, which I haven't went to go find out his name. I can because he was at the courthouse. Those are another couple that really, she's trying to say I raped her or tried to rape her and stuff like that. And so they're doing it, trying to take the mission down, all these lies. You know about the Confather. So there's three people. Bryson and Rhonda, there's 4 and 5. Bryson and Rhonda come forward. There's 4 and 5. Aaron Jones is 6. Don't forget about Woody LePage, 7. It only takes 2 to be a conspiracy. And I have on tape both Bryson and Rhonda saying yes, they was part of the conspiracy. So, conspiracy itself, even if you don't do what you're talking about, conspiracy to do a crime, whatever, is against the law. Okay? And to terrorize me and gang up on me and want to take my mission down and threats to my daughter and grandkids and all that. Have you seen what they sent me in mail for Christmas? I don't know if you've seen what they sent me in the mail for Christmas or not. Last year they sent me a gay cruise magazine, which that was all right. Hell, they could have sent me the ticket. I would have went. I have nothing against other people. I'm not gay. But, hell, free cruise is a free cruise. But, yeah, I didn't need a magazine. That was a tease. Hell, I'm sure there's straight people go on gay cruises. Guarantee it. I painted a sign for a gay bar. That didn't make me gay. But now, see what the holdup was. They, like Topeka, Kansas, my state senator sent me the forms that you got to sign for them to, share your information, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. they sent it to my dad. My dad was Jim Stevens. I was always a junior, and they made me all my life put that on my school papers, my driver's license, everything. I had to have that junior on it. So when I see anything from Jim Stevens, that's my dad. And also, when my name was legally changed, the judge said I couldn't use that name no more. It was illegal to use Jim Stevens, James, Jimmy, Jimbo, Jim Bob, anything Steve. That was no longer my name. So when they sent the letter to Jim Stevens, I about had a shit fit. I give him a call. How dare you? I sent him an email, because I just told him a couple of days before they sent that out that they had it spelled J-U-M instead of J-I-M when they had tried to have me sign something over the internet. But then this time, yeah, I got it this time. Say that 420 Jim. So, if it's supposed to happen, it will happen. They don't want forgiveness. Well, hopefully the FBI will do their thing. Get them all for conspiracy. That would be the right thing. But, remember, their favorite thing to tell me is, it's because of your stupid name. Nobody will do anything about it. I can show you that in 100 messages. I bet you. If you had the power to grant the FBI petition, if I could show you 100 times that they put that right there, that no one will do nothing. It's your name change. If I can show you that at least 100 times, if you had the power to give me that power, yeah, I can probably show you it 200 times. Yeah, because I've got thousands of messages and stupid shit from them. But once they incited someone to do what she did with me in the car and the speaker and everything, that's game over. Yeah. That's nothing. That should have been it right then. But no, It continued down until even after I got off the road, when I went to Graham, Texas, and I was off the road, parked in Graham, Texas. I don't know how long I'd been there, a couple of days, week, whatever it was. All of a sudden, the sheriff pulled up, doing a welfare check. Oh, we got a call. Yeah, it was from out of state, but we got a, which they do. They were doing their job. They had to come out and see, make sure everything was all right. They've done it here twice. Well, no, I'll take that back. The first time they did it, it was a welfare check. The second time they did it, they said that I was talking about shooting someone on Facebook and this, that, and the other, like I was going to harm myself, which I wasn't even on Facebook. I was on YouTube. and it was nothing about shooting myself or anything like that. But that was a really cool deputy. And I got to say, our sheriff's department out in this area, all the ones I've met so far, they've been great deputies. Great deputies. But when I'm on the road, I give out a bad cop no donut bumper sticker or a good cop attaboy sticker. I've got to get something. I don't have to, but if I can scrape the few dollars up, I'm going to try and get at least a dozen each of those, hopefully 2 dozen. And I may redo my Mount Rushmore with my website on it. When I held that Mount Rushmore event, I had bumper stickers made up, and it just had, the date and all, but it had the silhouette of Mount Rushmore, and in big letters it said, "Where great minds got stoned." So I may do another bumper sticker like that. Don't know. We have to see. I did. I did have two people donate $20 and get a T-shirt. I make T-shirts. I only make them in one size. It's not. I don't want to sell shirts. Not, it's I love giving back, and but I've got like these that I'll paint a leaf on, or a shirt, and depending on the donation, I let somebody and I autograph it. And that's the whole thing. So somebody could have something that I made and autographed. Um, yeah. So two shirts today. Both of them said it's 419. You got a minute, and it had a green leaf on the front and the back. I make them with just the leaves, or if people want, I'll put it's 419. Got a minute on the back usually. So I was happy. Well, it cost me $25 to set up. So I really, didn't make that much towards the mission. I made 45 today back to the mission. Spent 25 to set up, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to set up there tomorrow or just go down the road and pull off to the side where it don't cost me nothing. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of people there tomorrow, it being Sunday. Well, I see there's still 3 people in here. I'm interested to at least 3 people. Thank you. Hey, if you like what I'm doing, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like what I'm doing, give it a thumbs down. But make sure you know what I'm doing before you do that, okay? you, I've had people think I was selling pot or ice cream trucks, this, that, and the other, whatnot. Nope, just a simple cannabis advocate, and I'm here to tell you that as long as it's a Class 1 narcotic, every U.S. citizen loses their rights to bear arms under federal law. Arms and ammunition. Look it up. So we need it out of the Class 1 and the Class 2. And most importantly, we need Mr. Trump and Congress to release all cannabis prisoners. If they're in there just for cannabis, they need to come out. Now, if they have another charge, let them finish that one out, But if they don't have another charge or they're just in there for cannabis, let them go. I mean, whether they had 10 ton and sold it to the Pope, it's time to let the federal prisoners out. Biden bullshitted a lot of people. I don't know anybody, or I've never heard of anyone in federal prison for simple possession. And I know 2 things that administration bullshitted about. One, they said that they released federal, but simple possession pardon only. Like I say, they may be 1 or 2 or whatever, but what's that, less than an ounce, simple possession? I think he blew smoke up her ass on that one. And they talked and they talked and they talked his whole term, how they was going to declassify it, drop it down to Schedule 2. That's not good enough. It needs to be lower than that. Remember, Hunter Biden got screwed over under cocaine, Schedule 2. Schedule 1's worse. But we don't want it in Schedule 2. They still can have that gun control. It shouldn't even be up in Schedule 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. It should be where Tylenol is, where caffeine is. For Christ's sakes, both of them can kill you. Cannabis can't. You can consume all you want. You're going to fall asleep or smoke yourself straight. I've done both, so I know. Well, come on, I do this here from you folks. See, there's a lot of difference, YouTube and Facebook. YouTube, well, of course, I've been on there 10 years now. I can, you know, different people, questions, chit chat, this, that, and the other. Here on YouTube, it's a lot of people who don't want to interact, ask questions, whatever, which is cool, but it's different for me, so you got to excuse me. By the way, there's no excuse for me. Somebody think of something you want to ask me, and I'm going to go get me a drink of soda. I'll be right back. Oh. Sorry about that. Ugh. Well, my friends, if everybody's done with the questions and comments, I can go over and I guess watch a little YouTube or maybe even set up my little spark box that my one of my followers sent me a little gadget that makes your dumb TVs a smart TV. So I may have to get that out and hooked up, check it out. Probably just go to bed instead, because I'm either going to go by the side of the road or to the market tomorrow. Well, my friends, if you like, you can find me on Facebook. Type in my real name, 420 Jim, FOURTWENTYJIM. Please go to 420jim.com and sign the petition. Help get the cannabis prisoners free. Get our gun rights back. Drop it out of the class 1 and 2. Or I'm here on YouTube. This is the first week I've took the lives from Facebook here. Help me build the channel, hit subscribe. You know when a cop pulls me over. April, I'm getting back on the road to D.C. Not all the time, but quite a bit. I get pulled over, different things, and I go live, and you get to see the interactions with cops. Some of them serious, some of them funny, whatever. But you'll be there live if you subscribe and hit the live button. Subscription don't cost anything. I don't charge this, subscription or nothing. And I'm here 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's all about peace, love, and goodness for all. One team, one dream. We stand, and if we try, we can all get along. My dogs, Jack and Lulu, love you. I love you, and Jesus loves you. Peace.